Libra.
Hello Libra, this is your May forecast for 2016, and your planets this month really look great. We have the Sun, we got the new moon, we got Mercury and Venus in your 8th house for intimacy and how you share with your partner, not just on the intimate level, but also your resources. Those things are important to you that hold value, and of course also the material. So you'll come to see here that it's going to be a very important month financially in the talks and communications that you're going to have. And this is because all of these 4 planets, they're transiting through the sign of Taurus. And Taurus is really good about money. They know how to hang on to it. They know how to grow it. So I can see how your thoughts might just be, where do I put the money to make it grow? How do I expand it? What is yours? What is mine? What is ours? Right? So for this reason, I feel that you're going to feel really good, very confident too here, Libra, in May, because it looks like your finances are looking up, and also how you can come to grow it. So fantastic. Good for you. But Venus in Taurus is not just about the material level. It's definitely the heart, and it's in the 8th house, which is the Scorpio house. And so for this, it really brings our emotions, our levels of yearning for those deeper connections. That is going to come to the surface, and you're going to see how you're wanting to secure this area for you. And you've just gone through a very pleasant phase here last month in April, when Venus was going through the 7th house of your relationship. So I'm feeling that April was all about balancing it out, sharing it, and feeling that heart chakra open up. And now it's going to deepen even more so. So beautiful month for you, communication-wise. This is going to help you too, to be able to look at what it is you hold together, and maybe even bring up certain situations from the past. And this is also because Mercury is retrograde this month until that of the 22nd, yes, from April 28th. So going back over here in the 8th house, your values together, and then back into the 7th house here of what it was you went through here in April. So giving you a double chance here to make the most out of this with you and your partner. Some of you might even be taking this to a broker or an advisor or somebody at the bank and looking at how you can grow your retirement funds, for example. Great time to do so when we have the 8th house. It's going to be a full year to next time you get this opportunity here, Libra. And I know it's important for you to have, you know, a balance that you can rely on and trust. Not just now, but also for your future, right? That being said, we have what we call a blue moon this month, and the definition of a blue moon, you've probably heard the term every once in a blue moon, right? And it means it's something that comes around every so often, not very often though, and it is when we have a full moon twice within a certain calendar month. And so when we have all of this moon emotions here with Venus up there in Taurus, upon which it rules, well, then we're going to be processing our feelings that much deeper and more back to back, I feel. And what is really beautiful here at Libra is that the first half of May is only good transits. We have lots of trines, we got sextiles, we got conjunctions, and so a beautiful month for you here. And we're going to start here on the 1st, which is the Sun, which is you, and Neptune, which is that higher octave of Venus. So again, the heart chakra, dealing with our hopes and dreams, what it is we long for, what we yearn for. And so dream big, all right, because you're going to have all the support that you need in order to reach these goals. On the 3rd, the Sun again, now here in a beautiful trine, 120 degrees there with Jupiter. And Jupiter expands everything that it touches, and you're still feeling this Neptunian vibe. So Jupiter is going to come and try to grow that dream. And even more yet, on the 7th, if you're hanging on to this concept, being focused, Pluto's going to come in and finalize something. Pluto's that pivotal point of transformation, of endings and new beginnings. And the new beginning for you right now, it's all about the sun touching on these 3 planets. The sun in the 8th house, we got Jupiter in the 12th, and we got Pluto in the 4th, Neptune in your 6th house. So a couple of your water houses are all being touched, which is the psychic, spiritual, intuitive houses. So you're going to feel that your channels are very open, like growing antennas, right? And that is for you to attract your dreams in, and for Jupiter and Pluto to come in and do their trick. Pluto in that 4th house, well, some of this that you're feeling is working for you right now is securing your whole life, the foundation within family. And then Neptune here, your day-to-day life or rhythm or patterns are now changing in the way that you've hoped for. On the 9th, we have Venus, again, love and romance, or also money, coming in beautiful sextile to Neptune. Neptune there in your 6th, Venus there in your 8th house. So this is the day to circle on your calendar for a beautiful candlelight dinner with your significant other, or if you are single, well, make sure you don't sit at home. It's time to go out and be that magnet, right? On the 10th, even more so, it's one of those OMG moments, right? Venus now with Jupiter. So if you thought the 9th was good, well, the 10th is even better. Jupiter coming in and just expanding upon this beautiful setting that you had there on the 9th, or what you've been building from the 1st till now. It's like this celebration. It's a beautiful day to get engaged. It's a beautiful day to get married. Are you kidding me? Anybody getting married here in this first part of May and having a honeymoon, it just couldn't be better. So on the 12th, the messenger, it's Mercury, communication, news coming in now with Pluto. And Pluto, anything Pluto does, it does it with such a deep, subtle change, and it's a trine aspect. So you can expect, maybe if you've been waiting for something to finalize, well, you will have news of it. If you're waiting to start something, well, Pluto will make sure that you will have the oomph, the drive, and the goal to go get it. Pluto in that 4th house. Some of you might just even get news from a family member, or maybe you have news to share with your family. And on the 13th, it follows through with love here with Mercury and Venus now. So I'm thinking new beginnings for those of you wanting to get pregnant. Great time this month for it. By the way, I'm going to be uploading a fertility calendar for those of you trying to get pregnant. Even for those of you not pregnant, it's really amazing, this Chinese calendar, to see what year, how old you were when you got pregnant, which month you got pregnant, and it will show which gender baby it is. So you will see how it works for all the children you already have. If you're trying to get pregnant again and you want to choose which gender, well, that's the calendar for it. You'll find it on my channel. But on the 13th, Venus and Pluto, it's love, 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 and romance, and it's passion coming together. This Venus in the 8th, 4th house for the home. So yes, your relationship should be absolutely beautiful this month, Libra. But even if you're trying to, say, refinance your home, since Pluto is here and you got everything going up on there in the 8th house for bankers or investors or mortgage lenders, or maybe you want to consolidate a loan or two and get all that going, you want to do it now. So it's the best time of the year here in 2016 for you to take care of that type of business. Then we have a little hiccup or two, and every month will necessarily have a challenge. Not a huge one, but I feel you've just had such a beautiful month thus far that you want more of it, because it's just been floating. It's like I see you on this cloud. And so on the 22nd, the Sun and Mars are opposing each other. Mars wants you to go and do this over here, and you're kind of like in this place where you're in this good feel place, and maybe not feeling that you have that extra energy to go out and plunge it. However, though, it's being called to the forefront, as it will also on the 24th, when now Venus and Mars are going to be at odds with each other. Venus still wants to be comfortable, but there's chores to be done, and so I see how you're balancing that. But you can do it, Libra. You can do it because why? It's needed to be done. But on the 26th, we have some decisions to be made. This is Jupiter calling from your 12th house, knocking on the door to Saturn, which is in your 3rd house. So that's news, communication, might be at distance because Saturn's in your 3rd house. It could be siblings knocking on your door, needing you to make a decision alongside with them. And so if you don't have to answer right away, I would say just wait a little bit. You might be feeling the stress or the need to, but I feel there's clarity, more information coming in when Mercury delivers it here on the 30th. Then we have Pluto bringing something in here that's super sharp and clear. You'll know exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. So between the 26th and 30th, I see you thinking, trying to make the best situation here. And it has to do with maybe a parent, family member, there's a sibling involved. 12th house might have something to do going on behind closed doors. So you'll know what it is for you specifically here, Libra. But listen, unless you have to sign as a must, well, the show must go on, but if not, try to hold off here in May, at least till after the 22nd because of Mercury being retrograde. Mercury is in your 8th house, especially anything that has to do with financial things. It's good and it is okay to do the research that needs to be done, but I would hold off if possible. We just know how those things go. And then we have Jupiter, which has been retrograde since January. Well, in your 12th house, it's going to start moving direct on the 9th or the 10th, depending on where you live. 9th here in the States, 10th there in Europe. And so you will come to see now how it's going to be picking up speed, concluding its journey there in the 12th. And what it's doing, though, is shutting down on a 12-year cycle. As you are preparing for a new 12-year cycle later this summer when Jupiter moves into that 1st house. So for now, it's all about taking things in, healing, relaxing, because when Jupiter gets into that 1st house, you're going to be busy. You're going to be expanding, Libra. What else do we have? We have Mars now, retrograde. It is currently in Sagittarius, so you've been feeling how it's been picking up speed and dynamics there in the fire sign of Sag. Some of you might be traveling, have been traveling, you might be needing to travel again. It's busy, busy, busy when we have action going on here in this area of your chart, but then it's going to move back into Scorpio, which has to do with your finances, tying up all loose ends, and what you were working on there in March and April. So yeah, let's talk about the moons before we end. And the new moon here this month is in your 8th house. That's where we started our reading this time, about your intimacy with your partner. The new moon, the intention should be, this is great, we want more of this heart-to-heart sharing. And so when you plant those seeds, it will be with you for the next 12 months. It's all about becoming conscious and aware, and you'll see how that will grow. Also, you could be thinking about investments, retirement funds, royalties and commissions too. So if you work on that kind of basis, make sure you put that in your intentions as well. Then it's that big, beautiful blue moon. Sometimes it even can show up on the sky a little bluish. So that will be here in your 3rd house, Libra, having to do with siblings, having to do with your closer community, also short distance travel, or just really being busy. So this full moon, the blue moon, will be on the 21st of May in the sign of Sagittarius. So it's going to be feisty and joyful and full of action and adventure. That's what Sagittarians love to do, right? So that is what we have for you here this month. Delightful first half, and then a little bit of a workout towards the end of the month, but you will do absolutely great. So you might want to listen to your horoscopes to see just what the cards have in store for you this month.